Hi guys, this is a makeup look for more of a formal event that you may be going to. It's definitely age appropriate for people, age 12 and older. It's not really obviously exclusive to any age, but I do find it is quite difficult for teenagers to find makeup tutorials that are age appropriate. So this is one that I've created for you. Now we're going to start off with a foundation. I'm going to go in with the Revlon Colorstay. I'm in the shade 180 Sand Beige. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the back of my hand. And before I get started, I will make a note that although I haven't primed my face, I have put on a moisturiser, and I find that works really well for me. The moisturiser I use is the Cetaphil Daily Moisturiser, and it's really nice because it doesn't feel greasy or heavy on your face. Now with my stippling brush, I've just rubbed that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to apply that straight onto my face like so. Now even though this video is particularly aimed at teenagers and the younger people that don't really have many videos out there for them, it is okay to wear foundation, okay? You don't need to set yourself to, I can only wear moisturiser. That's not true. You can definitely wear foundation, but you don't need to wear too much, because we're not here to hide our impurities and think, oh, I'm so ugly, I need to change everything. That's not true. You just want to put on a little bit so that you look naturally beautiful. So again, just using circular motions like so, just going to blend that foundation really, really seamlessly into my face so that it almost looks like I've been airbrushed. Once you're finished with that, you could definitely go in with a concealer if you feel like you have any problem areas that you want to conceal. For myself personally, I have a few blemishes, but my foundation tends to cover them very well, so I don't really feel the need to conceal. But sometimes I will. I don't really like the look of it on my skin either. I'm still yet to find a concealer that I really, really like. So if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear. So please comment down below and let me know what concealers I should definitely try. Now I'm just going in with my translucent powder. This one is the Revlon translucent powder, and it's in the colour Translucent 1. Because this is for a formal event, you definitely don't have to use a translucent powder. You could easily be using, a pressed foundation to give you a bit more coverage if you've got a light coverage foundation. But the problem is sometimes if you use a very heavy coverage foundation, if you use then a pressed foundation, you can look quite cakey and like you've got a full layer of makeup on your skin. So I tend to like to pair them. So if you're going to use a light coverage foundation, you definitely could use a pressed foundation on top instead of translucent. But for myself, I've just used quite a medium to high coverage foundation, and so I'm just going to go ahead with the translucent to make it all set. Once you finish with that one, you're going to go ahead and grab any kind of bronzer or a natural contour shade. I'm going to use the Napoleon Bronze Patrol. And just with a normal, this is actually a blush brush, but that's okay. We're going to use it and just highlight our cheekbones. So again, for those of you who don't know, the cheekbone is the highest point of your face, it's about here. And where you want to put your bronzer is right below that. And if you suck your cheeks in, you're going to see a line that comes straight up there like that. And that's where you want to put your bronzer. So just using circular motion so that you don't get any kind of concentration of product, and so it looks natural. For this look, I am going to bronze around the perimeter of my face just because it is for more of a formal event, so I don't see, why you shouldn't. So just naturally around the perimeter of your face. If you're not too sure, what style of bronzing or contouring you could be doing for your face shape, have a look at your face shape in the mirror, think about what it might be, maybe even ask your hairdresser, they tend to know as well. And once you've done that, Google search, contouring for an oval face. So myself, I actually have a heart-shaped face because it comes quite wide out here and then it comes narrow down here. So contouring for me I like to make my forehead look smaller by going around the outside, and I like to make my chin not appear so long, so I contour a beard. No, not really. It's just a little bit under my chin so it doesn't look so pointy. I mean, it's not very noticeable. I haven't used a dark shade at all, but just for that extra dimension. Next we're going to go ahead with our blush. This one is the Revlon powder blush, and I'm just going to put that on the same brush, doesn't matter at all, and just lightly put that all over my cheeks, including the bones right up here. Now the thing about makeup is you never want to start too heavy-handed because you can't really take away, you can only add on. So with something like a blush, especially with how dark this particular shade is, you don't want to go too hard. You can just keep adding bit by bit until you've got the depth of colour that you would like to see. Next we're going to go ahead and fill in our eyebrows. So as usual, I'm using the Brow Power by the Balm Cosmetics. This is in the shade dark brown. Because this is for more of a formal event, you definitely can fill your brows in a bit more than you normally would. So you're just going to go ahead and you can outline the outside of your eyebrows to give it a really nice flawless shape. So I like to do the outsides and then come back in to do the actual filling of it, almost like you're doing a colouring in like when you're a child. To the front, you can put a very faint line on the bottom, but I often try not to put one on top because you still want it to look really natural, like they're just your hairs. So then from here I turn the brush so that it's going up and down, so vertical, and I make little strokes that go upwards and follow the natural direction of the hairs that I have.
When the love came rushing out and you were empty-handed, filled with regret, I was thinking about the day we met.
Once you're happy with how that's looking, you're going to go in with your spoolie and just brush through the brows to keep all the product well blended and looking reasonably natural. In this look you can go a bit more heavy-handed, so it won't look as natural, but you still don't want to look like you've just gotten a big Sharpie or something, you've gone and drawn your brow like that. You still want it to look flawless and like these are your natural eyebrows, and you just woke up looking this beautiful. I mean, I'm sure you did, but I personally have very, very sparse eyebrows, and it is something that I would change if I could. But I'm very happy with, the gifts I've been given, so filling in my eyebrows is really the smallest thing I could be doing. I'm very lucky. And once you finish with those, you're going to go in again, same as the casual look, you're going to go with the Revlon Colorstay in the colour 555, Moonlit Clair de Lune it is. So with this, I'm just going to show you how you can use the same product but get a completely different result from it. So with this one, I'm going first into this kind of light brown shade. On the back it actually says it's number 3, so if you have got it, it's number 3. I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. Once you've done that, I'm going to go ahead with the medium brown in the top corner. It's number 2 on the back of the palette, and I'm just going to use that one, but because it is glitter you do want to tap off the excess. Now with this colour I'm going to bring it almost to just past halfway of my eye, almost like you're doing 2/3 of your eye in this colour. So the look I am going to try and show you guys with this is a bit more of a smoky eye, a bit of a a natural brown smoky. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead and take the darkest brown down here. It's the number 4. And with just any kind of fluffy shadow brush, You're going to dip that in very, very faintly because it is a very dark shade. And you want to just tap off the excess and then rub that in your crease. So that's just below your brow bone. You can feel it stops like about here on me. And in that little hollow, you're going to put this to give your eye some shape and dimension. I also like to bring it down and around towards the bottom lash line. So almost you've gone the whole way across and then you're going to join it with your lash line, as you can see there. It's not very well blended just yet, but you can get the idea. I'm their strawberry kiss you like, but the time will pass. Once you've kind of got the base of it, I know it's really not blended at all. So you're just going to take the same brush. It doesn't need to be clean or anything. Just don't dip it in any more product. You're going to take that brush and just go backwards and forwards like it's a windscreen wiper in your crease. And by doing that, you're going to blend it out and make it look really, really lovely and natural. Once you've done that, I'm going to go back into that first colour, the number 3 in the light brown, with that same fluffy brush, just very lightly as usual. And I'm just going to put that actually above where you can see the colour kind of stops. And that's kind of going to act as a transition colour and make it look really well blended and a bit more natural. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference if you look between this eye and this one as to which one is better blended and joined through. And I'll take you places, I'll name you stars, you're from Venus. Now that you've done that, you can either take your first shadow brush like this one, or you can take another brush. I'm going to take the e.l.f. smudge brush, and it's just very small and fine bristled and quite structured in its shape. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it underneath my eyebrow so that I can highlight my brow bone and really open my eye and make it look very beautiful. Once you've done that, you're going to go ahead using the same brush and just put that same product in the inner corner of your eye. Now I'm going to go in with my rounded smudge brush by Artiste Professional. It is actually a manicure brush. So I'm going to take that in the darkest shade there, very, very lightly, and I'm going to very softly as well put it on my lower lash line. Once you've done that, you're going to go in with your mascara. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express one. And with that, I'm just going to put it all over my top and lower lashes. Now we're finished with our eyes and we're just going to finish the look. You can either wear a lipstick of any colour, but for this look I am going to go ahead with a gloss just to add a bit more of something special to my lips because this is for a formal event. Now the gloss that I've just used is by Revlon. It's in the number 008. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and you can use this look for something that you might be going to. Please have a look at my WordPress blog listed in the description bar below, and there's lots of new things coming up there. I actually do post there more than I post videos, so have a look there and see what you can find. And if you have any ideas or you want me to do something in particular, please comment below and I'll definitely do it for you. Thank you. Bye.